Hi, class. Let's take a look and do a quick tissue review. This is comes from Connect. So let's just take a look here. What we have to drag and drop are the four different types of tissues: connective, epithelium, muscle, and nervous tissue, neural tissue. So blank is a network of specialized cells that monitors the internal and external environment and initiates commands through which the body reacts. So that's going to be nervous tissue. That's a no-brainer. All right, what type of tissue is classified using the number of cell layers and the shape of the cell at the apical surface? Well, that was the first tissue we discussed, which was epithelial tissue. Remember, that's going to be simple or stratified, and then it's going to be cuboidal, squamous, transitional, squamous, cuboidal, and columnar cells. Okay, there are three types of blank: skeletal, cardiac, and smooth. Well, three types of muscle tissue. Blank is widely distributed through the body to allow movement of the skeleton. Well, that's going to be muscle tissue, primarily skeletal muscle, right? All right, which type of tissue is the most diverse and abundant and widely distributed throughout the body? That's connective. Which forms this blank forms the surface layer of the body, lines the body cavities, the hollow organ structures, and most gland tissue, which forms the surface layer, the covering, lines the body cavities and tubules, that's epithelium. And what type of tissue is composed of two types of cells? Neurons and neuroglial cells. Neuroglial just means nerve glue. That's nervous tissue or neural tissue. All right, again, it's drag and drop. So we're looking at there's blood, there's all the different types of cartilage, spongy bone, compact bone, and all we have to do is drag and drop into the three main categories of connective tissue. There's fluid connective tissue. Remember we said blood and lymph. Then there's supporting connective tissue. We think skeleton and cartilage. And then there's connective tissue, which is going to be loose or dense. So blood is under fluid. Hyaline, elastic, and fibrocartilage are under supporting, so is compact bone. Remember compact bone? That was the osteon. And then you had those terms like osteon, osteoblast, osteoclast, osteocyte, lacuna, concentric lamellae. All of those was for supporting connective tissue. Connective tissue proper was areolar, adipose, and reticular. That's loose, so we'll put an L there for loose. And then dense was dense regular, dense irregular, and dense elastic. Remember, dense regular was when you had those collagen fibers all parallel, and then dense irregular, the eyeball and skin, when the collagen was somewhat irregular. Again, drag and drop, but now we're looking at, again, the four types of tissues: epithelium, connective, muscle, and nerve. Well, nervous and nerve, those go together, so we can cross those out. Easy enough. Muscle, well, there's three types of muscle. There's smooth muscle, cardiac muscle, and skeletal. Epithelium, well, we can look for simple or stratified. So we got simple, simple, stratified, and then we got full stratified. And then here you got the shapes: squamous, columnar. There's also cuboidal. They just didn't give those as samples here. So epithelium is pretty easy to um, to label. And then we have areolar and adipose. That falls under connective tissue. That was loose, right? Then you have elastic cartilage and hyaline cartilage. That was under supporting, as was compact bone, also supporting connective tissue. All right, now we've got the three types of cartilage, and then we just got to drag and drop. So fibrocartilage, remember I said that's the strongest? That's the strongest. So we think of the intervertebral discs, the IVDs, which runs this way. The pubic symphysis runs that way between the pubic bones. And then the menisci. medial lateral meniscus of the knee. So all those fall under fibrocartilage. Hyaline cartilage, we're going to find them at the end of bones. That's why when they break down, it causes degenerative joint disease or osteoarthritis or rheumatoid arthritis. In the nose, you got the nasal septum. Around the trachea, there are tracheal rings, that's hyaline cartilage, and the thyroid cartilage. So thyroid cartilage is hyaline cartilage. Elastic, you can bend the ear in all different directions, right? And then it bounces back. The epiglottis, which is in the back of the throat. When you eat food, the epiglottis folds down and closes off the windpipe, directing food down the esophagus. And the eustachian tube is in the ear, the inner part of the ear. That's also elastic. Okay, good place to take a break.